y'all, my name is Helene Foy. Welcome back to my channel. As you have probably realized from the title of this video, I have character art. And I'm gonna get a little bit more into the detail of what went into creating that character art and the backstory about that in a little bit. First of all, I want to kind of give a little bit of a rundown about where I've been. As some of you may or may not have noticed, I took a little hiatus from Instagram and AuthorTube in general as I prepared to start up my semester of college again, and that was a train wreck, let me just tell you. Anyway, so I'm going to use this opportunity, since I have this character art, to introduce some of my characters. Those of you who follow me on Instagram already kind of know the names of my characters. I might give a little bit more of a description about them here, but again, I don't want to give too much away because obviously I am still writing this story and I don't want to spoil anything. So bear that in mind as I continue. First of all, I'm going to give a little bit of a background into how I came to obtain this character art. I did actually not create this. This was not one of my own creations. Drawing and art of that type is not my strong suit. I am into the art of words, but that's about it. My sister, on the other hand, is very artistically talented, and I've actually had this character art for quite some time now because she made it for me for a birthday present on my last birthday back, I want to say last spring actually. So wow, it's almost been a year at this point, maybe 6 months. How do seasons work? Anyway, so I've had it for quite a while, but she actually told me beforehand, okay, I'm thinking of doing this for your birthday. What do you think? And of course I was like, yes, please. Like, that would be so cool. So she asked me for a bunch of different descriptors of my character. So I gave her, of course, like physical description, but then also ages and backgrounds and the types of clothes they would wear. But I gave her more of the physical characteristics and the characteristics that I explicitly mentioned in my novel. The rest of the stuff that she'd asked for, like specific, exactly what type of outfit I wanted them to wear, I gave her creative liberty on that because I thought it'd be kind of cool, you know. I just gave her the specifics I wanted, and then I kind of wanted to see where she would run with it. So, and I also gave her, of course, creative freedom on art style. I'm like, whatever is easiest for you. And yeah, this was the result right here. And I'm going to hold this up, but I know the image isn't going to be that clear, so I will also pop it up on the screen. So as you can see, this is still in her sketchbook because we have yet to... I've had this piece of character art for a long time, and I have yet to, you know, properly screen it in. So I'll probably do this in the process of making this video. But anyway, in case that wasn't a super clear picture for you, I am going to pop it up on the screen right beside me, and hopefully you can see things a little bit better. So as you can see, I'll hold it up here too. Eshi is on the left side, and she is the female protagonist of my first book, and she is a thief. Or she was a thief until she kind of got mixed up in this story. I don't know if I want to give too much more detail about her background just because I think that could lead to spoiler territory. But I will say she is a thief. She is on a job in this book, and she is 16 years old. The middle character is Jasir. He is my main character. He is 17, and he actually... Again, I don't want to give too much detail about his past life, but immediately before the book starts, he is a slave, and that is how he gets thrown into this story. The other character on the far right, her name is Melik. She actually does not come into the story until book 2, and Melik, my girl Melik, she has had the hardest life. And as a writer, you know, sometimes we take pleasure in tormenting our characters. I did not take any pleasure in writing about her past or about her awful backstory, her awful history, because she is the sweetest character you will ever meet. Melek actually, I will have to fact check this, but I believe the name Melek means angel. And I did that intentionally because that is literally her personality. And it comes despite this awful, tragic past that she's had. So I really like the dynamic that's going to lend to the story once she shows up in book 2, because Eshi, the thief, she is very straightforward in manner. She is very blunt, sometimes rude. She's not exactly meaning to be rude, but that's just her personality, kind of how she comes across. She is very hardcore, and that again is kind of a product of her past as a thief. Jasir is kind of a soft boy a little bit. That's what my sister likes to call him. But he's not as naive as he was several years ago. He's grown a little bit by the time book 1 starts. However, as the book progresses, he does have a lot more to learn, and he is going to grow a lot more. So that being said, I'm going to point out kind of some fun characteristics about this picture or these images. Again, I'm not an artist. I don't know what you call them. You know what I mean. So one of the things that I really liked about Eshi's depiction was her hair, because her hair is almost a character in and of itself in the story. It's, I think Jasir describes it as looking like a dead animal carcass draped across her back. And I absolutely love that. And I love the way that my sister depicted her hair, because it's so crazy curly, and you can tell that it's almost alive in the picture, and I really like that. I gave my sister full artistic liberty on the poses and everything, and I thought Eshi's pose was absolutely perfect, holding the tankard of, I think that's beer, whatever she's holding. I loved it. And just all the, what do you call this? Things, the bandolier, the bandoliers. I'm a writer, I promise. The bandoliers, all the daggers, because the daggers were something I specifically mentioned to my sister, as she does have twin daggers and several other weapons, because let's be honest. And she also has a cloak. All right, and then another thing that I really like about Jasir's outfit is, again, his pose, his facial expression. He's very, I don't want to say innocent, but he is a little bit guileless sometimes. And I think the expression really captures that. I love the outfit, because I was very unhelpful when my sister was asking me, okay, what do you want their clothes to look like? And I was like, well, here's some, like, you know, references that I have on my Pinterest board, but you know, you just run with it. And I was really excited to see how it turned out, and to see the embroidery along the hem there on his robe. And actually, I did specifically mention the sleeveless vest, and that does come into play in my story. But beyond that, that was all up to my sister, and I was really pleased with how that turned out. And then Melek, my goodness, I was so excited to see this. So Melek's hairstyle was something that I did explicitly describe to my sister, because she has a very prominent hairstyle that does come into play concerning where she comes from and just her background and her culture, and so that was really cool. And then were this image to be colored, you would also see that her ponytail that's sticking out the side, there's also ribbons and horsehair intermixed in there, and you could kind of see the differentiation of the lines in it, but it's black and white, so it's not as obvious here, but it would look super cool if it were colored, and I was so happy. And of course, with her outfit, the one tweak I did make, actually, the first draft my sister showed me, I was blown away by, but then the one tweak I did make is I wanted to adjust the hems of Melek's pants a little bit, just to make it seem more in line with the culture of the country that she was currently living in. Oh, again, I don't know if I mentioned this at the start of my video. So this is a YA fantasy series that these characters are from. The series is called the Rashindi Chronicles, and book 1 is called, the abbreviation is IDIMF, I-D-I-M-F. I will reveal the title in the future. It may be a completely different title even by that point, who knows. But anyway, so this is for a YA fantasy series, so the cultures and the clothing and their hairstyles and everything was all something that I created. I did draw a lot of inspiration from cultures of the past and from all over the world, but these are all things that I have made up. But yeah, anyway, just kind of wanted to throw that out there before I forgot. And I do have one last thing to add here because she is my sister and love her to death. But I did kind of get on her case because I wanted to see these images in color. I thought it would have been really cool, but she was kind of procrastinating. I could tell she wasn't really feeling it. So I was like, well, I mean, she did draw the picture for my birthday. Like, I'm not going to press her too much on it, but I was kind of like, I want to see this in color. And so eventually she actually offered to draw the chibi version of my characters and color them. And I was so excited to see what she would come up with that. So I was like, yeah, of course. So we also have one other, and this is her sketchbook, so I'm going to try to, hopefully nothing shows through from the other page. But these are the same 3 characters in chibi version. So you can see as she here, her hair again, I am absolutely in love with her hair, and the expression is just so eshy. And then here we have Melik, again, expression so Melik, and then Jasir, that's about his expression for the majority of this story. He's just kind of confused but rolling with the punches. So again, I kind of gave my sister artistic liberty with their clothing, and she already knew the hairstyles and their physical description and things like that. So I was very excited to see how it turned out. I just thought it was so cute. Oh, and also you can also see Melik's, I guess the ribbons in Melik's hair a little bit better as well. I was very excited about that. That was kind of me doing my little show and tell today. I will hopefully have another video out this week. I am going to try, I've written a schedule down. I'm going to try to be way more consistent with posting on AuthorTube. Definitely more so than I have in the past because, again, things were kind of crazy. School starting up and all of that. But I should be way more consistent. Anyway, that being said, that's going to be the end of my video. Comment down below and let me know what character you would like to see character art made of, either from your own novel or a TV series or another person's novel. What are some of your favorite characters and which would you like to see made into character art? More character art, as the case may be. And as always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time I post a new video, and that should be happening way more often than it has in the past, so you will definitely want to make sure you're getting alerted every time I post a new one. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.